Sometimes it's hard for us to love. It seems like so much gets in the way: perfectionism, anxiety, fear, false narratives. This week we're learning from Bob Goff how to live in grace and walk in love. I have always struggled with writing. I don't know if it's my small town North Dakota education, my inability to focus, my desire to draw outside the lines, or my struggle with following directions, but I just have always struggled with it. In college, I was forced to write more than I had ever done in high school, and I found out I actually enjoyed writing about things that I found interesting. I remember in my child development class, I had to write all kinds of papers, so I'd give it the old college attempt and submit my paper. And similar to high school, I'd get that paper back with all kinds of red marks on my typos. My teacher would scour through my paper to find all of my errors, all of my typos, all of my mistakes. I was always so embarrassed when I got my papers back. I'd see all the mistakes I had made, and I could just imagine my teacher just sitting at home with a glass of wine in her pajamas, laughing at my papers, pointing at each mistake and getting her double-sized, extra bold red pen to mark that I was an idiot for making that stupid mistake. Oh, and that one too. But don't we kind of think of God like that too? That we make a mistake in life and God is like the editor of our life, looking through this big book of life with a huge red pen, judging every choice and belief and word and action with a big red pen. Check. Yeah, we sometimes think of God as an editor, standing over our shoulders, just waiting for us to slip up again. But get this, God isn't an editor. God is a creator, the creator. God isn't sitting waiting for us to make mistakes. God is a creator. God is the author of redemption, of all the people who are part of that story. He's made you and me a main character of the story. God wants us to keep our eyes on what God's creating. If there are a couple of typos on your page, don't obsess over it. Keep writing. God's got this. God's got you. He'll help you make the changes you need to make. But His purpose for your life is much bigger than giving you a failing grade. Before we end today, I have to admit two things. One is that in writing this message, I have tons of typos. And two, my child development teacher was actually a very lovely human and one of my favorite teachers of all time. She did point out some typos, but ultimately, she was looking at the entire story. She was looking at the content. I've always struggled with writing, yet God has instilled in me a passion for writing music. It is not by any talents of my own, but through God. Yeah, I could quit because of the errors and mistakes, but God wants us to keep on writing. Because, as Bob Goff says, God isn't an editor, He's a creator. He's not looking for typos in our lives, He's looking for the beauty in them. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless.